Welcome back, folks. I'm MTG Joe. Today we're going to be playing a Lucky Clover deck. So basically trying to abuse adventure. This is a Golgari, so black-green knight-based adventure deck. So you got the core of the deck being Edgewall Innkeeper, where whenever we cast a adventure spell, we draw a card. So it's kind of our card draw engine, with Lucky Clover being our way to double up on adventure costs. And then this is a slightly more aggressive slanted knight-based deck. So really what we're trying to do is build a board presence of knights, and then with Smitten Swordmaster, with its adventure, we drain our opponent, hopefully with a Lucky Clover or two out, to double or triple up the ability of the Swordmaster. So you can basically play through a bunch of cards through the deck, keep drawing through Edgewall Innkeeper, and then recycle Smitten Swordmasters with Order of Midnight. You also have Murderous Rider if things die to keep drawing more cards. You got Foulmire Knight is one of your 1-drops, draws you a card, or is a 1/1 Death Touch. You have Knight of Ebon Legion, which is just a card that scales really well to the late game. Couple Blacklance Paragons, kind of a combo trick. Gives Lifelink, which is a nice way, or Death Touch to kind of trade up. It is a good card to flash in against, say, a Questing Beast if the opponent has. So it's a useful card there. Like I said, Swordmaster, Order Midnight, kind of useful abilities with their adventure. Once Upon a Time smooths out our draws. Then you have Midnight Reaper as card advantage for Murderous Riders that you can double up the Swift End ability. And with Lucky Clover to deal 2 removal spells. Also happens to be a knight, which is nice. And then just to close it out, we got some Questing Beasts to deal with all the Okos and Planeswalkers, stuff like that. Mana base wise, because it's more aggro slanted, I don't have any lands that come into play tapped other than potentially conditional Fabled Passage. So we're not playing any Temple of Maladies. So a lot of the lists I kind of based this off of did have those temples. I saw the list going around Twitter a couple of weeks ago. So I don't have the name, unfortunately, of who originated it. So if you do know, please link in the comments on YouTube. I like to give credit where credit's due on these decks. So a couple castles for card draw late, and then a couple Fabled Passage. Sideboard wise, just kind of edging our matchups. Disfigure versus aggro mirrors, Veil versus like black based decks, Legion's End versus obviously Golos, Noxious Grasp versus bigger green things. Assassin's Trophy is catch-all removal. This can deal with like fires. It could deal with Field of the Dead itself. Couple drill bits just as Thoughtseize. It's very easy for us to turn on the Spectacle here. And a couple Ashiok versus the Golos matchup. I may switch out the Ashiok because I've increasingly not liked Ashiok in the Golos mirrors because they usually win through attrition. So I might switch it to another Legion's End and another Assassin's Trophy. But likely play some games, see how we go from there. So I was playing kind of off stream a little bit ago. Went 1 and 2 with the deck in best of 1. It has some pretty explosive draws, but it can kind of grind itself out. So let's play some ranked. I'm at Platinum 2, almost Platinum 1. So let's see if we could get into Diamond rank today on stream. So I'm going to be playing a couple standalone decks, and then I'll get to the next budget build series. I'm probably going to do Rakdos Sacrifice for that one. Like Witch's Oven, the Cat, Mayhem Devil kind of deck. So playing first is the first part, and I think we keep this and Once Upon a Time to find us a black source. Because we have the Edgewall, I'm inclined to keep it. And this is where the Once Upon a Time helps keep hands that normally would not be good enough. Having this card out is just crazy value for the deck. That's awkward. Yeah, I gotta take Fabled Passage. I'm just gonna get a black source here. We have 2 of these in the deck. Everything else comes into play untapped. So I just want to guarantee we have a black source on 2. Like, we weren't really going to attack with Edgewall. Ooh, and we got Lucky Clover. let's just do this. Try to hit our third land. Okay, Order Midnight. They could drop Oko here. This could be a couple different decks. That usually means they have Oko this turn. It could be the Royal Scions as well. We're seeing a lot more of the Teamer Planeswalker midrange list. Domri. So they can fight here.
Oh, let the blighters feel the ground.
Really want to hit a land.
Any skirmish you can walk away from, right?
Okay, so we have Lucky Clover with Murderous Rider, especially against this Planeswalker deck will be really good. So they can Oko make this. Really want a black source here.
Welcome to the feast.
Come on. It's kind of ridiculous. Just gonna go face here. I think value-wise, just cast this. It'll drain for 2. They're gonna hit us for 3 here. Or ramp up into like Skargan Hellkite or Sarkin. Really dislike the fact that like this hand was actually very good if we just drew like even a third land.
Your new look is
Yeah, and they have Questing Beast. So Murderous Rider can deal with 2 of these. Okay. Then I'm going to trade with the food token, so... This is where you get like the power of the Lucky Clover in our deck.
May we meet again, or not.
So I'm just going to hold back because I can order Midnight and get back the Edgewall Innkeeper and the Foulmire Knight to draw a card. So we'll see if we could grind them out this way. They got Nisa. If I draw a Forest, then I could Questing Beast.
The land shall conquer you.
Fine to do that trade there. Okay, I can Murderous Rider again, which is I think what we have to do, unfortunately. We do take quite a bit of damage. But hopefully, and I got the Scions. That could pump up the Goose.
Whip strike fear into the hearts of the weak.
Here I actually have to, just to stay alive, do this. That just buys us another turn, unless they have like Questing Beast or something. They got Oko, that makes it 3/3.
Every tale about me is absolute nonsense.
Yeah, that should kill us anyways, because this gives us trample. First strike and trample. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Just wanted to make sure they saw the line. That's 5 power, we have 1 toughness. It has first strike, so it gets us beyond there. So Noxious Grasp for sure in this matchup. Assassin's Trophy, and probably the Drill Bits. Coming out... Blacklance Paragon. It's okay. Foulmire. Shave down an order. Shave down a Midnight Reaper. Probably just the Foulmires. Thing is, I need these Blacklance to block Questing Beast. Just do it like that. I need more removal in this deck. Hopefully we hit our lands this turn and then it won't be as dramatic. Keep. Knight on 1. We have to be mindful. They probably bring in Flame Sweep in this matchup. And always have the Goose. So here, there's not much value in us playing the Edgewall, so I'm going to hold up Assassin's Trophy. If they drop an Oko, we need to be able to answer it. Because then I can just pump up Knight next turn.
Walk with me, sing with me. I will enlighten you.
Oh no, let's do this up there end turn.
One bite, and all your cares are gone. It's not fair.
So we'll hold the Murderous Rider for a following turn. Blacklance is pretty good too. So the question is here. We can hold up Murderous Rider. Advance our board state. Just pass turn. So this way we have both Murderous Rider up and Blacklance. So depending what they play. Because next turn if I Murderous Rider, then I could cast the other half with Edgewall Innkeeper to get a card draw out of it. If they don't advance much to the board, I can just Blacklance. This looks like a Nisa probably. I got Sarkin.
No sword can pierce my scales. Come to me.
Here. Let's just be mana efficient. We get rid of the dragon here, and then we can just attack into Sarkin. Just deal some damage that way.
Watch this. A dragon would rather die than lose.
And then just set up for next turn. So now because we have Order of Midnight, I'm not as worried if one of these dies. 5, they go Nisa.
Strange and magnificent world. Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Okay, so they hit us for 3 here. Another land wouldn't be bad because we can give it Death Touch. Just do the chip damage here.
Do not test me.
See what we draw into first. Okay, so Lucky Clover will be good for this Order of Midnight. So I'm holding this up so we can flash it in. I can give Murderous Rider Death Touch, and then we can trade with 2 of the lands here. Okay, we go Domri. Does this deal damage or fight? Fight. So we can give something Death Touch if they choose. You're not a knight, so that won't work. That's fine.
Deserves its demise.
Just need to see what they come down with here. Okay, so they have Questing Beast. This is where holding up the Paragon works out well for us.
Behold, nature's true power.
So they'll attack with everything. give this Death Touch. Oh, shit. This doesn't have Death Touch. I made a mistake. Because this doesn't block Questing Beast. So probably a little too late here. So we can get 2 things back. So we'll get back both those. And then I gotta hold back the this to block the Questing Beast. But it's probably a little too late here. The double Vigilance is going to be troublesome. Yeah, we lost this. It's a very tough matchup. Now that we're seeing like an increasing amount, just going to reset Arena for a sec. It's already starting to lag. Like, just heavy on the Planeswalkers. And we're not a super fast deck. We do need a couple turns to set up. So it's usually just play regular. Not crazy about this deck right now until I play it a little bit more. 1 and 3 with it between stream and offline. It's got like cool synergies to it, but it walks the line at times between mid-rangey and aggro, where I think it's too slow to be aggro and not fast or big enough to be mid-range. Okay, we'll keep this hand. Yeah, we'll keep this. I'm mainly just going to cast the order, I think, because we don't have much to get back right now. The card draw is probably more advantageous. And then you don't get like the upside of Lovestruck Beast. So I'm just going to cast this. It's a flyer. It can go over the top. Nope. Innkeeper is worth more to us than the human. Okay, so the Legion's End. So we can hold Once Upon a Time. Or I can just Murderous Rider. Which we'll probably do just here. If they play the Lovestruck. We're going to win this race right now. If they don't commit more to the board, then we just Once Upon a Time. That's fine. So this order can do some chip damage. Set up for next turn where we can Once Upon a Time and Murderous Rider. Really want to find like a Questing Beast here. See what we can get. Okay, so they got a Questing Beast. Interesting, because they know we have the Murderous Rider. They might have a second beast. So really off this Once Upon a Time, I want to find a Questing Beast. Or the Oathsworn Knight to just drain the opponent. Even a Midnight Rider. I have Rankle. So Rankle changes the math a bit. They'll force us to sack here. Is my guess. want to see is Questing Beast. Yes, please. And then just set up the Clover. I don't care if they make us discard here. The sack will get rid of Murderous Rider. But then they're dead on the backswing. That's fine. That can't block Questing Beast. So this is a similar deck. This is more just general Golgari stuff, whereas is a little bit more Knight focused. I do like Rankle a lot, and it's probably something... Okay, so they get that. They attack with Rankle here, forces us to sack the Murderous Rider. Questing Beast off the top is a win. That's not really what we want. So just play out our hand. If they want us to discard, then 2 Edgewalls works really nice with Rankle. That'll give them the life to offset. So if they attack with Rankle, we're still alive to a Questing Beast. That's pretty much our out. I think it's Knight of Ebon. Partially because of the life gain here. Ooh, that's good. Is that... Oh no, we can't copy. So I gotta go... So I could gain 2 life and then kill both of them. If we had 1 more life, we would have had the win. It's mostly just to gain the life. If we had 1 more black mana, it would have been good, because then we could have played both. If this was Vraska's Contempt to gain the life, it would have been even better. Okay, so we're both basically whoever draws Questing Beast wins. Rankle also has haste, so they have 2 live outs. They once here, yeah, so they should probably find something to kill us. Yeah, they got the Questing Beast. We had 2 draws to draw Questing. Wasn't able to come out with it. So the Noxious Grasp, the Legions, and the Disfigure. So Blacklance probably can go. Murderous Rider is good in this matchup. Get rid of the Knights. Actually, you know what? Probably the Knights over the Legion. At least it draws us a card. Like, the ground's going to be blocked up pretty bad. Did I cut the Paragons? Like, the Paragon's iffy. It just dies to everything, but we need it for the bigger stuff. Probably cut that. And then cut it Once Upon a Time. It helps us dig, but in this matchup, I think we just want to be the one to put threats out. Because we don't have it in turn 1. I don't want to draw it. Like, I don't want to spend 2 mana there. Okay. Try to find... I like Accelerants into Questing Beast. So I'm going to take a draw step. Actually, we don't. I want to see if we can find a 1-drop here. Which we do. The question... Yeah, I think we just do this. play Order on 2, draw a card to cycle. This could bait out some removal as well. Okay, back-to-back Questing Beast is good if they have the first removal spell. The Legion's End. Jeez. I'd like to see less removal, please. Okay, Legion's End's not bad. So this could be Noxious Grasp. We might just be able to sneak off with... So they can have Murderous Rider this turn. So they drop their own Questing Beast. So we take the trade here just because we have a follow-up Questing Beast. And they're slowly... Okay, they have a second Questing Beast of their own. And then we just go with flyers. Just play out the Clover. We have Legion's End for small things. My guess is Vraska hits here.
You should leave before I make you disappear. It's not often I'm outmaneuvered.
So if we ever draw something with Adventure, we're laughing. Order of Midnight would be good. So Questing Beast wins, Order of Midnight wins. Smitten Swordmaster doesn't win yet because we don't have any knights down. Actually, I do like Vraska to the side in this deck.
Casualty.
You have a lot of small stuff you don't mind sacking, or if you flood out, like they're just going to gain card advantage now. Interesting. I would have sacked one of the lines probably. Then I do think there was... Oh, they go... Ah, shit. Yeah, they're better... So let's... Let's draw 3. So that should help us out. Okay, we have Murderous Rider. And Smitten Swordmaster. So that can actually win us the game next turn. So let's just pass the turn, because what we do here is we Murderous Rider both Vraska and Questing Beast. And then we play out the Foulmire Knight and then cast the Curry Favor. And then that should...
Sacrifices must be made.
This is where we get the value.
Today's your lucky day.
And then once you have these clovers out with Adventure, it feels like cheating. So just play out this in case they have a removal spell. And then you just drain your opponent out. So it would have been like 8... quite a bit of damage there. So they have Vraska. They're a little bit larger. We might want the Assassin's Trophy in. Probably go down the Disfigure. Do we want Disfigure at all? Just another way to deal with Questing Beast. Like there's Veil of Summer, but probably not. Keep this hand. We could take a couple turns of Lucky Clover setup and then Midnight Reaper. So opponent mulliganed, but once upon a time will smooth out their draw. The one thing is this isn't really an early drop. You usually want to save it. Okay, so they Love Struck. They'll follow that up with a Love Struck. We do want to see another land. Perfect. So I do think we Legion's End here, the Edgewall Innkeeper. It's a lot of value for them. They have Murderous Rider and Legion's End. Okay, that's fine. Force them to use the Legion's End here, and then that will make it so they can't play Lovestruck Beast this turn. Okay. Basically want to hold this off until we can get a removal spell. Okay, so we have Murderous Rider. Keep that for a later turn. We got double removal, so we can deal with the Lovestruck Beast. We're gonna have to deal with Rankle here. Okay, so Legion's End won't do it. Fine. I gotta deal with Rankle here. The question is, do we take a hit? Which I don't think we can afford to. And I'm actually gonna take care of the Foulmire because it deals with the 1/1, so Lovestruck doesn't get much utility. So they go Lovestruck. They got Rankle back. Da 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 da. So Rankle forces me to sack this Murderous Rider. And then they'll control a 1/1, so they can also attack with Lovestruck Beast. I think we just do Lucky Clover, hope to draw some other knight, and then go from there. Try to like burn him out that way. Because my guess is they play... Oh, they don't even go for Foulmire. At that point, I would imagine you just play the Foulmire to attack with Love Struck, force me to block, because you're going to do the sack anyways. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So we can't quite draw, but we could drain them for a lot. Just this Rankle's been a real mirror breaker for us. Okay, Love Struck. So this gets them around the sack ability. These Legion's End have felt really bad. Okay, we got Assassin's Trophy. So I'm going to wait for them to go to combat, see what they decide to do, and then Assassin's Trophy it. They do have Murderous Rider still. Just trophy this. Get rid of it that way. So I could Legion's End here at least. Play a second Swordmaster. Ay ay ay. Well, this is the dangerous way to do it. So Midnight Rider. No attacks here. In case they have a 1-1, I need to have 2 things back. Rankle comes back, so I'm going to sack the Smitten Swordmaster. Oh, they can force us to draw and we die. So if they see it, then we lose. We should have attacked. Okay. So if they see the line, they have us dead. Yeah. Good game. So overall, you can see kind of the variance between the decks. This one's a little bit more combo-y with the Smitten Swordmaster, but I think resiliency-wise just doesn't kind of equate in the same fashion. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back with another one shortly. As always, if you enjoy the content, make sure to hit that subscribe or follow button on YouTube or Twitch. And if you are purchasing physical cards, I do have a TCG affiliate link on the YouTube description. Click it, follow through, make your purchases normal. It's another way to help support the channel. I appreciate everyone who swung by today, and have a great rest of the week. Thanks for watching.